Hello, you join us here in the Classic Lounge and we're going to have a little look at our 1947 Morris 8 Series E. Now, it is an absolute of a beauty post-war classic. What do you think of it, Gordon?
Well, I always amused that you asked me to come in on the old cars. You know? I don't know if I should be a little bit hurt at that. It's really nice. I had the chance of an MG midget. I mean, this is how it all started. I have got a bit of a passion for the pre-war and slightly post-war cars. So I was offered an MG midget, and then while negotiating for the MG midget, a guy happened to say, "Oh well, I've got a Morris 8," and I mean, anybody that knows these little cars, you know, they were a car of the people at the time, 1947, but they had a lot of bits and pieces on them. They had a sunroof, they had a wind-out front window, so you can get air right the way through and out the top. I mean, very, very small engine, very economical. This car has been restored sympathetically. You know, the paintwork is not perfect. The interior is original, you know, which, it's hard to think. Here we are, 1947, although it's quite close to my age. But there it is, you know, it's so much originality with the car.
And I think that's the thing with cars this age.
Oh,
seeing
definitely.
them original, it is literally as if this is pretty much how it would have left the factory. You know, and even things like the books, I don't know if you can get a shot of that, John.
A close-up
like
of it.
The original kind of running manual. So 2 and 6 is how much
Half a crown.
this book would have cost, or the manual would have cost. But it's like you said, it's 918cc, top speed of like
Of a 55 to 58 miles per hour.
I don't know.
But you've got to realise as well, this was a family car.
Yeah,
you know, it's a very, very small
reliable.
car, but this was a family car. This was Sundays down, you know, at the local seaside and this sort of thing. Children in the back, mum and dad in the front, and away you went. And that's part of my childhood, and that's what we did. And you look at these cars, there's so much character. And I've said this so many times. You look at the modern cars nowadays, and they're all the same. But you go to this, and this is different, you know, to a Hillman. This is different to an MG, you know. So they were all built with their own character, and I think this is what's nice.
It's super fun, it's super quirky. The two tonal colours are gorgeous. The red really makes the black pop, and I just love how the doors, they all open the other ways. Come and have a look inside. So inside, as Gordon said, it's all original. So it's original leather. Yes, it is patinaed, but that's part of the car's story. Very, very simple in there. Very, very lovely. Extremely comfortable. And I have to say, me and John took it for a drive earlier today, and it does run beautifully.
Yeah.
Which they must know from inside the workshop when the guys have worked on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very, very small engine car. You know, they didn't get hammered. You know, they as you said, they do 55 miles an hour. So probably the people were pootling around at this 25, 30 miles an hour and doing maybe 100 miles to go somewhere. You know, it is really, really nice. But this has got some lovely little, as I say, the open and front window.
Shall I show you? It's very sweet.
And you've even got the original tax disc from 1958 in there, you know.
Look at it go.
And look how smooth it is, you know. It is smooth.
There you go, look at that. It's all the little quirky things in these classic cars that I think are so, so special. It's things like in here, okay, so it doesn't have seat belts, but they do give you, for safety, I'm guessing, these little ropes that you can hold on to when you're going at 58 miles an hour.
Well, my father had a Morris Minor, that would be in the 50s, and it had exactly the same trafficators as this.
Oh, the trafficators!
Yeah, and
yes,
what you used to do is you would go along, you would select the trafficator, and if it didn't go, you'd hit the side of the car, and then that would
I think
pop
turn
out.
on, don't I?
Yeah, the car has to be running for them to come out. So
it's no good for somebody like you, Molly.
But it's matching numbers as well. So engine original, chassis original. So it's really nice. And the history file on it is massive. There's 3 or 4 big ring binders full of invoices, going pretty much all the way back from the start of the car.
Well, it was a few weeks ago in, I think it was a competition car. We did a convertible one.
The green one.
Yeah, the green one. And that was belonged to somebody local to us that had a model car on the back, and then on the model car there was a model car.
That. And it's little one.
And the gentleman who won that was a local guy. I've seen it at the local show, and he was really, really enthusiastic to show it to us, you know.
I just think these little cars, obviously, you know, compared to the 911s and the MGBs and the other stuff we do, it's very different. But I just think if you show up to a show in this...
Well, it's a bit like the man had. He had an MG midget, and then he had this, you know. So you've got the best of both worlds. And he's got a modern car as well. And if you've got the space, I mean, for what one of these costs, why wouldn't you have one?
And
Beautiful.
It's an acquired taste, but it's a piece of history.
Oh, yeah.
And there's not many cars about now that are in such fabulous condition, considering it's from 1947. I mean, it starts on the button.
And I don't
does.
think it's been over-restored either. I mean, as I say,
No.
having the original leather is great. The original steering wheel is great. The paint is not perfect, but it's really, really lovely
it's
and
not
presentable.
bad.
No.
It's not bad at all.
No, it's
and
very
I guess,
nice.
should we have a little look under the bonnet?
Yeah, sure.
So to open it, you've got a little tool that you twist in here, twist in the other side, and then...
When you said a little tool, you didn't mean me undoing it.
No,
that's okay. That's okay.
And then look at the beast.
Yes.
918cc.
Wow.
But you imagine, on a Saturday morning or whatever, there used to be a thing where they used to decoke cars, which was basically getting rid of the carbon out of them. But on Saturday mornings, the fathers used to come out, sounds very sexist, but the fathers used to come out and take the engines out of these cars,
Wow.
decoke them, put them back in and use them the following week for work.
My goodness.
So but like nice little touches, just even like the brass cap, for the radiator. Everything was just done with a bit of style.
Yeah. And I think it's just a lovely, quirky little car, isn't it?
It is.
It's, and yes, it's older than a lot of the stuff we've done before, but I think...
And this is another telltale thing. People long ago, probably some people do now, but people long ago always used to name their cars.
Yes.
My father, his cars were all female, right? They never had a male car. And this one, Aid.
Yeah.
But no, lovely little touch.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful, and it's so lovely that we are lucky enough to have such an amazing array of classic cars, from the modern classics, the Porsches and the Bentleys, to our MGBs in here at the moment, Spitfire as well, to then this gorgeous Morris 8. It's just so lovely to have such an eclectic mix of so many gorgeous classic cars, and it's just so good that we can show them to you guys at home, like we have with this one now, just to keep the memory.
I think it's nice, the evolution.
Yes.
Right? If you're here, you can go from a 1904 Riley, and then you can see 10, 15 years after 1904, the different change of the body styles. Then you come into this 47, then go to the 60s, then the 70s, and how we've progressed all the way through to what we have today called electric cars.
That's a different conversation.
There we go. But now you guys can have a little closer look at this gorgeous Morris 8.